First things first. Hello and welcome back, or should I say I'm back, because you haven't been missing, I've been the one who hasn't been here. As many of you will know, I've been travelling, I've been in Africa, and I have so much to catch you up on. If you're new, I'm Deirdre, and yeah, this is my channel. What have I been doing? Well, I went to Zambia in Africa to stay with my son and his wife and, alright, most importantly, my baby granddaughter, and it was wonderful. It was unexpected in so many ways, and I'll get into that soon. It was extraordinary. I loved it. I fell in love with Africa. Didn't expect to. Honestly had tried very hard to have no expectations. Mainly I didn't want to have bad expectations. So I had worked pretty hard on just keeping myself in a neutral place, sort of non-judgmental. And because, you know, like any place, you tend to only hear the bad stuff, don't we? That's what gets on the news. So I'm very aware of that. So I had worked really hard to not have that perspective. But anyway, to come back to today. So this morning, I had it all planned, you see, yesterday. I thought, right, I'm nearly back in my time zone, because yeah, flying in from Africa is not fun. And I got in Monday morning, and today's Saturday, and I ought to be right. And I was getting so close, and then my perfectly nice neighbours who live sort of across a laneway had a really good party last night. And they're young, and that's fine. You can't argue with it. It's just life, isn't it? Sometimes people have parties, celebrations, and they're perfectly nice people, but it went on and on and on, and I've been sort of nudging myself to be tired and fall asleep at about 10:30, 11, so I'd be up at 7, you know, and then ready for Pilates and really go Saturday. Oh god, it didn't happen, did it? Because they were still on the balcony, which is sort of opposite my bedroom across the laneway. They were still on the balcony at about 2 o'clock this morning. Oh boy. Now, they weren't being, you know, they were not antisocial. Well, it was a bit antisocial. They weren't being dreadful. They were just simply hanging out with friends, and there were a fair few of them. And the guys' voices are very loud, and sometimes the girls' voices are very high, and oh boy. So anyway, it was all quiet by sort of 2:30-ish, 2:45. And I thought, oh, okay, now I can sleep. But I didn't. So at sort of 6 o'clock, I think I went to sleep, and I remember my alarm going at about 7:30. So I'll get up, go to Pilates. It happened in a dream. So I woke up at about 9:45. Or my Pilates is at 10, and yeah, no, it didn't happen. Anyway, so all of that palaver aside, I sound like a frog, just still settling back into being me. I have a ton of things to do today. I actually went shopping yesterday, must have been yesterday, so I've got food things to do, I've got prep to do, I want to make some soup, do some things that I just need to do, and I thought, well, I'll take you with me for the day and get a few things done and chat about Africa and about my holiday and just catch up. I have one super thing that I want to talk to you about, and I will make a little video on this later. I've got film to edit. I've got a lot of film to edit. But as I was boarding my flight, I was coming home, I was travelling on Emirates, and I went from Lusaka, which is the capital of Zambia, up to Dubai, had about a 3.5 hour layover there, and then it was time to board, and I hadn't slept. It was a nighttime flight from Lusaka, it's about just over 7 hours, and I hadn't slept on that, so I was really tired, but I hadn't wanted to fall asleep in the Dubai airport, because I thought, well, I just won't wake up, and that's it, I'll miss my flight, and I don't know what happens then. I don't miss flights. So I'd kept myself awake, and I'd had a few cups of coffee, and I'd walked, and so I was really feeling pretty dreadful when I arrived to actually board. And as I was, we'd lined up and we were boarding, and I was handed over my boarding pass, and the person who was checking us through went, Mrs. Knight, can I see your passport, please? Oh God, what's happened now? He's like, really? Anyway, so nobody else had to present their passports at this point. That's all done way back. So I pulled out my passport and happily showed it to her and said, I hope everything's all right. She said, oh, we've just had a slight change. She said, this is your new boarding pass. You've been upgraded to first class. Yes! Sorry, did I say that? I was upgraded to Emirates first class. I mean, I suddenly was not tired. I did that whole yippee skippy thing all the way into the plane and went, hey, I'm turning left. You go up into that extraordinary place called first class. Wow. It was amazing. And I've got some film and I'll make a video and I'll talk you through it. It's so noisy with the aircraft noise. But, let me just tell you, if you ever get a chance, as I did, completely out of the blue, I tell you, I know why people do it. Would I do it if I actually was spending money to do it? Oh, probably not, because it's just so horrendously expensive. And the part of me that would say, oh, Deirdre, think of all of the other things that you could do with this money, and if nothing else, you could give it away. Not that, I'm really in a position to give that sort of money away, because I wouldn't be spending it in the first place. But wow, it was fantastic. It really was, and it makes such a difference to a long haul flight, because we were about nearly 13 hours coming down, and that was just because we had really good tailwinds. We had a tailwind of over 250 kilometers an hour at one point, so it was actually quite a fast trip, but it's still over 12 hours, and that's a long time to spend on a plane. Anyway, enough waffle about that. Oh, but I did have a shower at 35,000 feet. Did I tell you that? They have showers in first class. Emirates first class, you don't just get a room, you get this little room of your own, little suite they call it, but they have a spa shower that is embarrassingly larger than my bathroom. Yep, it's larger than my bathroom. It's so much nicer than my bathroom. But yeah, it was astonishing. So on principle, I took a shower at 35,000 feet, and it felt pretty good. Nice, hot, lasting shower. Yes. And, washed my hair, had a little bit of pamper session. They don't quite have mani-pedi on board, but I'm sure if you asked, they'd probably find somebody to do it for you, because it's all about making you feel comfy. They tuck you up in your jammies. Yeah, they give you pajamas, and they just pamper you. Unfortunately, I'm not much of a drinker, which sort of means that a lot of the glamorous side for some people is a bit wasted. When you have Dom Perignon on tap, and I have one glass to welcome myself on board, and I have another glass with my meal over 12 hours, I'm really pushing it. So that wasn't much fun. That part of it I didn't enjoy it. Yeah, it was just something I didn't take advantage of that other people do. But having said that, everything else was magnificent. I walked down and I chatted to people in the bar, which is down at the back of first class. At the back of business class. Met a fabulous new friend, G'day Rach. Absolute stunner of a girl. Yep, one of the flight attendants. Woman, I should say woman, because she's an adult woman, but for me, she's a girl. She's full of life and fun, and was great, and we're in contact now. So I don't know, it was just one of those fabulous experiences, and I am so not the cool type who would pretend that I do it all the time, because I've never done it before. Well, I think I did it once, but I was tied up with my dad's funeral, and really it was the only seat on a plane, and I needed that flight. So yeah, things to do with death. That was the only other time in my life, and it was a very short flight, so it wasn't super expensive. Anyway, enough of that. I've got my coffee, which I will continue to drink. I've got to strip my bed, because I've been home for a week nearly. I get back into my Saturday routine, strip my bed, do the washing, tidy up everything that's not tidy, do a quick vacuum, and then do some food prep and make some soup, make a list of all the things that I forgot when I was at the supermarket, well, or that I just hadn't remembered to put down, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I'm so happy to be back and chatting to you all, and I hope you feel a little bit the same way. Let's get on with it. That's better. Looks a bit more like I live here. Well, it's a bit later on. I've got a few things done, and like bed's made, washing's on, place is vacuumed, relatively tidy. Yeah, it's tidy. Bathroom's clean. So I did those things, got it out of the way. Now finally I'm going to get around to making some soup, but in the way of things, before I do that, I thought I'd talk to you about, hang on, let's tilt you a little bit. One of the things that being in Africa, well specifically in Zambia, but honestly it's all over Africa really. Hang on, you're a bit white, aren't you? Come back this way. There you go. And obviously in India at the moment, where Chennai is basically without water. Water is gold. Now, one of the things that I will never take for granted again, because I fill up these bottles and I put them in my soda stream, through the soda stream, and I just have plain, slightly sparkly water, and that's what I like to drink. And I fill it up from the great Melbourne water tap. That's what I do. It's a privilege. I knew it was a privilege, but now I've lived with it. And so I'm going to fill up my bottles and put them in the refrigerator. I'll put them through the soda stream a bit later. But when living in Zambia, a lot of people, you basically don't drink the water that comes out of the tap, which here in Melbourne we can. Now my son's home is on a bore, and so the water was probably okay to drink, but not very tasty. Incredibly hard. I'm so used to the Melbourne soft water. It's not rainwater, but it's pretty close, and it's beautiful. And the tap, to drink it, it's good stuff. So that's the next bit done for me. I can pop the bottles in the fridge, and I'll sparkle them later. A bit noisy, not going to do it when I'm talking to you. Now the other thing that I did when I was away was I decided I may as well take the process that I do at home and do it with at my son's home. So this is what I've been doing for cleaner recently. Sorry about that. Right, clean a bottle of, just a spray bottle. It's not very big, I'm going to get some bigger ones. Double strength vinegar. Not a huge amount, don't need it really. And then what I was doing when I was away was whenever we'd have an orange or a clementine or anything, I would peel them. After they were peeled, I'd chop up the peel and put it in boiling water and just let it sit for a day and strain it, and voila. This wonderful citrusy water, which is already full of the lemon that, the lemon, see my brain really hasn't caught up yet, is just full of orange essence, and it smells great. And I just use that instead of just plain water for making the cleaner. And I'll put a squirt of dishwashing liquid in there as well, just to add a little bit of extra cleaning oomph. A couple of little squirts. And that is about as non-toxic a cleaner as you can make. It's really effective. The funny thing was that, of course, in a lot of these places, you have maid, and so you should, because it's a way of employing people. Quite honestly, in a country where 50%, nearly 50% of the population is under 15. There are a lot of mothers who need jobs, and many of these women do not have an education, but they are prepared to work hard. They are intelligent, good people who need work. So you absolutely employ people if you possibly can. And it's embarrassing how little it costs, but how much it means to them. So the maid that my son and his wife have, she was absolutely stunned. It works. She couldn't believe it. That all these ones with wow, pow, bam, whatever written on them that come from the supermarket, this works not just as well, but better. So they were very, well, there's two women actually, but they were very impressed. So that's the other thing I've been doing. Now I'm going to make some soup. First up, I'm going to clean the chopping board, which I do all the time obviously, but since I've just made a batch of that, it's all very nice to use. Super good. Oops, a bit careful. Anyway, there we are. That's done. Before I start anything, this is a bag of chicken stock that I made sometime before I left. So I'm going to put that, and it open, into the, I might actually have to set it into some more mortar for a minute. It's got some foldy bits, so it doesn't want to let it go, but I'll sit that in some more mortar and so it loosens from the bag, and then I'll pop that in my pressure cooker. And then I'll just do a leek and some carrots. I think I've got another leek actually, I might do another one. I've got some chicken that I've got left over from just a roast chicken, barbecue chicken, the other evening before I got myself organised again. And I'll have a look and see what else I've got that I can pop in there and make myself some nice soup.
You could see yourself just sitting there on my chair. I'm staring at you, you don't even notice. Should've told you straight away, you don't have to be afraid anymore. I know you haven't noticed.
Well, that's looking pretty good. Give that a stir. It's all cooked. All the veggies are all cooked down, they're all soft and yummy. And now I'm just going to put the already cooked chicken in. See, I think it's so hot and the chicken was already cooked. I might just let it sort of heat through with that in it. Cool. Because of course the whole process with pressure cooker is it gets incredibly hot under pressure very quickly. So that took probably 20 minutes because it takes about 10 minutes or so to heat up approximately and 10 minutes to cook. I'm really happy with that. I always like to put some tomato and things in, so makes it an interesting soup. I wouldn't say it's a chicken soup or a vegetable soup. It's an absolute bottom of the cupboard, or rather bottom of the fridge type of soup. Wasn't actually this time because I just bought everything, but yep, that's yummy food for the next couple of days. And there we go, that's my soup, and as you can see it's some really big chunks of chicken there and an awful lot of vegetables. It's really sort of vegetables with some nice chicken stock around it, and that's just how I like it. So I'm going to go and have that, and that will be just about the end of my day, I think. Well, excuse my horrible lighting, but really I'm not much up to anything other than just ignoring it a bit at the moment. So that's me done for the day. I've got things pretty much back to the way I like them. Kitchen's tidy, bedroom's tidy, sheets clean, everything's washed. Yeah, and I caught up with a girlfriend and we had a really nice break in the middle of the day. What else have I done? I made the soup. There we go, and now I am going to go and eat it. And I've done okay for somebody who didn't have a lot of sleep last night, and I think I'm pretty much back on Melbourne time, which is good. There will be more to come. I've got a ton of film to edit and to show you the safari I went on, and which doesn't mean shooting things, by the way, because these days it's a matter of seeing things, which is extraordinary. That is amazing. For me, that was a highlight of my life, going to Mafui Lodge and seeing the animals. So that's to come. I'll do a little short one on my fabulous trip home. I still can't believe that I got upgraded to first class. And the purser was so funny. He said, I said, I feel so lucky. He said, you're not lucky. He said, do you think we have somebody sitting there going, eeny, meeny, miny, mo? He said, you've obviously been a loyal Emirates customer for a very long time. And I went, yeah, that's me. And he said, I bet you've got a decent number of points. And I thought, yeah, I've been saving points, using them judiciously, but saving them and transferring other things into them to convert to points. So he said, you'll have some good points, you'll have some good tier miles, and you'll be a really good long-term loyal customer. So I thought, oh, it wasn't just pure luck. It was, you know, finally, it's a loyalty thing, which is really good. I actually prefer that to just sheer luck. I think I like to earn a bit of my luck. Here's somebody talking to me. Anyway, so I've finished and I'll be back with more over the next couple of weeks. Well, I'll be back with a lot more over the next few weeks. So I hope that if you're interested, you'll subscribe, give me a like. Don't forget to bang that little notification bell, and because that's the thing that lets you be alerted when my videos go up. And you know, it's so easy to get lost in the amazing amount of creativity that is out there at the moment. So hit the notification bell, and whatever you're doing for the next day, 2 week, whatever, till I see you again, I hope you're having a wonderful time. Bye.